ESPN.
What up, nation? Welcome to the intro to NASCAR DFS, presented by WiseTake.com. It's your boy, Tommy SB, a.k.a. Tommy Shake and Bake. I'm joined by none other than the man, the myth, the legend in NASCAR DFS, CashinDFS. How you doing, Cash?
I'm doing good. I'd be doing much better if Sacramento could have kept this game close.
Yeah, I know, man.
Because my boy, Dame, got 50 through 3.
9%.
And he ain't going to be able to play the 4th.
And 9% owned, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, 8.8 in the $100.
Yeah. So I've always been a huge fan of NASCAR. Recently got into DFS. Enjoyed that just as much. I'm looking forward to the ways I can put the two together. So give me some of your thoughts on NASCAR DFS.
My thoughts is, listen to me, and I'll take you to the promised land.
Just like in golf.
That's my thoughts.
Just like in golf.
The promised land.
All right.
But there's going to be wrecks. I'll promise you that.
For sure.
So your money could disappear or it could jump real quick, like. And that's why NASCAR is the best DFS sport that there is. Hands down, nothing comes close. NASCAR DFS is the best sport to watch live when you're sweating.
NASCAR is the best sport to watch live. There's always so much going on all over the track. It's crazy. So
I love NASCAR.
Yeah. So for those,
and Joe Ingles went ham.
Yes, he did. So did Tyler Johnson.
And Tyler Johnson. All these dudes just went ham, and I didn't have them.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But I did recommend them, so maybe hopefully somebody got them.
No, I got them, man. So it was good. It was good. I did really good. So for those people that haven't played NASCAR DFS ever before, can you kind of give us a breakdown on how the point system works and what you're looking for?
All right. Well, I want to say I'm going off the dome because I wrote down a whole bunch of notes and somehow I deleted them, or I don't know, didn't save them, whatever. But there's 4 ways to score in NASCAR. There's dominator points, which consist of laps led. Every time you lead a lap, you get some points. And fastest laps. Every time you run the fastest lap on the track, you get, I think it's
a half a point.
0.25. Yeah. So
you're saying every lap that somebody races, so throughout every lap of a 100-lap race, 500-lap race, 300-lap race, it's that quarter of a point per lap for whoever runs that single fastest lap for that race, right? Okay.
Yeah, like if a guy dominates the race, like for instance, Kevin Harvick last year at Atlanta, the second race of the year, he dominated the race. He led so many laps, and then he didn't win the race, but he led so many laps that he had, like, if you didn't have him, you were screwed. And I was almost all in. Another thing that you'll learn, you don't go all in on NASCAR because of the wrecks, but. Yeah, that was a good week. That was a really good week.
Nice.
So, yeah, every time you lead a lap, you get 0.25. And fastest laps is 0.5.
Okay. So would you consider NASCAR more of a sport where you're going to put in one lineup in a $100 donkey, or are you going to put in 100 lineups in a $1 donkey and hope for the best?
No, it is not. If you plan on playing one lineup a week, you might as well not play, because you're not going to win money playing one lineup a week. It is a multi-sport. It is a multi-lineup sport. If you play, it just matters of how much you play. If you play $20 in a week, instead of doing one $20 lineup, like one $20 3 max, you max out the $1 20 entry max.
Okay.
You put 20 lineups in for $1 instead of one $20 lineup. If you do 100 and the more lineups you have, the better you got chance of you got.
And you base that a lot on the fact that there's all the unknowns, the wrecks, the bad pit stops, like
if you have a loose lug nut on your pit stop, you got to come back in. You're gonna, depending on the track, you could lose a lap, you could lose 2.
Oh yeah, places like the Monster
and penalty
Mile.
Like pit penalties, like if you're speeding on pit road, you got to come through and go through the pit lane again, and you're gonna lose a lap. There's just a whole bunch of ways that it can go south.
Yeah.
And It is the best. I love it. I love it so much, and I can't wait.
What makes you love it so much? Is it that there's so much variance in the sport? Like, if you had to compare like the variance in the sport to like the other big threes, what would you say?
It's no comparison. It's not even. It's not. It's no comparison at all. The best thing to compare it to is baseball, because Mike Trout, best player in baseball, could go 0 for 4 any day. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. He could do that, and some no-name dude could hit 2 home runs. You know what I'm saying? So the best player in NASCAR could wreck, and you're gonna lose. If he wrecks, you're not necessarily lose money. One of my biggest weeks last year was with Kyle Larson, and he was the chalk of the week. And he wrecked, and I still made a lot of money. If he didn't wreck, I would have won everything. Like, I would have been first place in everything. I had the highest lineup in my tournament that I finished third place in with Kyle Larson. But yeah, it's super variant, and it's what makes it so fun.
Yeah.
Like, you can go from $0 to like $0 like almost down to the bottom, and there's a 14, 15 car wreck, and you could go from that to the top.
So you're talking about like Daytona every year.
Snap of a finger.
You're talking about like Daytona, the big one, every year.
Yep.
So,
but there's 2 other ways to score in NASCAR. Those are the dominator points, and then there's place differential. If you start the race in 20th and you finish 10th, you get plus 10.
Okay.
You start the race in 20th, you finish 30th, you get minus 10 points. So that's place differential play, and the other one is where you finish.
So, and that's on a rating system backwards.
I just went to DK to look.
That's based on a rating system backwards, meaning the first place driver gets the maximum number of points, backwards through to the last place driver gets the least number of points, correct? For the finishing.
If he starts in first,
finishing order.
For finishing, yeah, but place differential, if you start in first and you finish 5th, you get minus 4 points.
Okay.
But where you place, you get points too. So I'm looking at it. First place gets 46, second place gets 42, third place gets 41, 40, 39, 38, and it goes all the way down to the last place guy.
Okay.
The last place guy gets 4 points. It shouldn't be that way. They haven't fixed it, but it is what it is. They still basing it off of 43 cars on the track instead of 40. Because there used to be 43 cars, now there's only 40 on the track.
Okay.
But it's still good. But yeah, that's the 4 ways to score. Finishing position, place differential, fastest laps led.
All right.
The only way you score in NASCAR.
Alrighty. That seems super easy. Hopefully everybody out there that's watching this video is understanding where we're coming from and kind of understands what we're looking for in a driver. So, Cash, what do you think NASCAR is? Do you think it's more GPP or you think it's more of a cash game play?
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's move. I'm moving. Let's go. It's definitely more of a tournaments. Last year, I started out playing cash, and it was good. But then, at a certain point in the year, and it was kind of early too, everybody was playing the same. Like, it becomes pretty easy, like who to play, like from where you're starting. Like everybody's gonna play the pole sitter usually, and then they're gonna find the guys that sucked at qualifying that's starting towards the back, and you know they're gonna move up. So that's the place differential play.
Okay.
So it became a 1 versus 1 or a 2 versus 2. Like, everybody had the same plays. So I just stopped playing cash. I mean, I might start playing cash again this year, and if it turns out that way, then I'll there was a certain point in the year that I'd only play tournaments. And it's much more of a tournament because of the variance. It's much more of a tournament sport.
Okay.
It's not an all-in sport. You just don't go all in on nobody ever.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying I haven't. I'm not saying I won't. But I do not suggest that. Like, if you're following me, and I'll say, I would never suggest anybody to play a guy all in, unless it's Jimmy Johnson or Truex or Kyle Larson that week. I was all in because he started last. He missed qualifying. He failed tech. He started last place. So he has one of the fastest cars on the track. So if he's starting last place, I know he's not going to finish in last place. He didn't finish in last place because other guys had left the race before he wrecked. But he's going to go from last place to 40th, and he's probably going to finish somewhere in the top 10 or close to it.
For sure.
So if he finishes 10th, that's 30 easy points.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
and that's what
it's definitely a chalky. It's a chalky sport. Like, guys know who to play. It is a chalky sport, but you just got to find them dudes that's not the chalk, and there's plenty of that too. There's 40 guys.
Yeah, for real. It's not like playing an NBA game where you get 8 players and that's all you get. You're watching that the whole time. You got 40 different people you can watch with 40 different lineups, which is awesome. So the whole race, front to back, is important and fun to watch. Looking forward to it. So what would you say some of the most important stats are to look for when you're looking up and trying to research a driver before a race?
It really differs. It's like there's a lot of 1.5 mile tracks, and there's only like 2 super speedways, but the tracks differ. So some guys like Truex totally dominated. Like, I've seen some crazy stat. I don't have it because I don't have none of my notes. But he led, like, I think it was 100 laps in every 1.5 mile track last year. He led at least 100 laps in all of them, I think it was, or it was close to all of them, which that's insane. So he dominates 1.5 mile tracks. Kevin Harvick, who dominated Atlanta last year, historically he dominates Atlanta. Atlanta's a tire race. Okay. It's old asphalt, so the tires wear. And Kevin Harvick is the best driver on the track at preserving his tires. Okay. I mean, there's not many real stats to look at. Driver rating is a big one. Like it's kind of like WOBA. It averages out like all these stats and puts it into one, and it's called a driver rating. And it'll come out. It'll be each track. A guy has this driver rating at this track, and I mean that's pretty much the biggest one. I mean there's a couple more. Yeah, but so
you're saying more like
that's really the biggest one.
You're saying a lot like course history too. Like you were saying, some people dominated a mile and a half. Some people dominate super speedways.
Like Truex like Truex at a mile and a half.
My favorite
dominance.
My favorite's the guys that can't drive the road courses, and I'm glad that they keep adding more and more of those. Man, it's so funny to watch. Oh man, so what do you think of? There's been a lot of changes in the off season. As far as what are your thoughts on that? A lot of cars, a lot of drivers changing teams, a lot of people retiring last season. Kind of what are your thoughts on some of the changes for this season? Kind of what we can look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, there is some big changes. The biggest is Junior retiring, and then Kenseth. He did retire because nobody gave him a ride, but he didn't want to retire, which is insane to me because he is a very good driver. Like, he should be in a car somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's at home. And Danica,
we can all be happy.
Maybe the worst
she's retiring.
Maybe the worst NASCAR driver ever is out of a car because she sucks, and you will see that because who took over her car? I had this all in my notes. Now I got to go through this website and look. I forget who took over her car. Who was it? Was it Blaney? Oh damn! I can't remember. Somebody took over her car and is just gonna show how bad she was at racing a NASCAR car. Maybe she should go to Indy.
Yeah.
Cause
she
ain't no NASCAR driver.
My 11-year-old go-kart racing son can probably drive the car better than she does. That's for sure.
She's not any good. That's for sure. But I mean, I had all this stuff down, but I don't have it no more, and it pisses me off. But there's a big one in me. The most important one is Erik Jones. He was in the 77 last year, and he's going to the 20. Like, he's taking over that Joe Gibbs car, and he's taking over that Kenseth. Got hella money behind him with DeWalt, and Joe Gibbs Racing is gonna dominate again. That's gonna happen, and I expect massive things from Erik Jones. That kid is a race car driver. You want to talk about a race car driver? That's one.
And he's still super young in the beginning of his career too.
Yeah, he was a rookie. Yep. He was a rookie last year, and he is a stud. You better believe that. Amarola is out of the 43, and he moved over to Stewart Haas, so that's good for him. Oh, that's who took over. That's who took over Danica's car. is Eric Amarola.
Oh, okay.
So he gets to move out of Richard Petty Racing, which is kind of suck, to Stuart Haas's, which is some of the best equipment. Like they got Hendrix motors in
Yeah,
there in their cars.
yeah.
Blaney is moving out to 21. He's going into the 12 on Team Penske, which is another good race team. So I don't know what to expect from him because he was a one-car team. He didn't have no teammates, so everything was focused on him. To now, I think Penske, he's the third car there. So I don't know what to expect there.
Penske's trying to build another Hendrix empire, it looks like. Another 5-6 car team, hopefully.
I mean, he could do big things, but I'm not sure. But another one I'm excited about is William Byron. He's a rookie. This will be his first year, and he's hands down Rookie of the Year. You could just go to Vegas right now, just mark that down. He's winning Rookie of the Year. I promise you. This kid is a stud.
He came from trucks, right?
He has taken. Yeah, he came down. Yeah, from down there in the truck series. He is a stud.
Yeah.
What car is he going into? He's going into the 24.
Yeah, I think his second or third race ever. He qualified on pole last season, didn't he?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I just know that this kid is a stud, and he will win Rookie of the Year. He's taking over the Casey Kane car, but they're putting it to the 24 instead of the 5. And so I don't know if they're moving Chase over to the 5 or what, but yeah, it says right here he's going in the 24 car.
Yeah, we could definitely look that up. I mean, we got some big stuff coming up.
Bowman is getting in the 88. So last year the 5 was the 4th car with Kane in it, and Junior was the 2nd or 3rd. But this year Byron's going to move up to the 3rd car, and Bowman is going to be the 4th car. Like that 88 is going to be the 4th Hendrix car. What I mean by that is how much money they put into it.
No, for sure.
Hendrix is going to push the most money into Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, for sure.
Because, I mean, that's why he's a 7-time champion. And then it's probably going to go to Chase and then Byron. And then Bowman will be the fourth guy, which he's just like Case Kane last year. He's just not gonna be good enough. Like, he's not going to have the speed that Jimmy Johnson had because they're not going to put as much time and effort. And the biggest thing is money into that car.
Yeah,
Casey Kane is out of the Hendrix Motors, and he moved over to the 95 where that McDowell was in. So I expect him to be much worse. Like, that's even as the 4th Hendrix car, it's still way better equipment.
For sure. And I mean, what do you think too with them getting this new ZL1 Camaro for their NASCAR Cup car? So
yeah, I'm excited because I'm a Chevy dude. Like my cars is Chevy. Like, that's what's in my driveway. I got 3 of them bad boys out there. But I'm a Chevy dude, so I love Chevy. But Toyota completely dominated. Kyle Busch, Truex, they dominated the whole year. And there was only really one Chevy. I mean, Jimmy Johnson won like 3 races, but there was only one real dominant Chevy out there, and that was Kyle Larson, who is my favorite driver. Love that kid. But Chevy is coming. I don't expect it to happen like the first, I don't know. It might take a little bit. It might be 5-10 races into the season, but they're coming. And it's going to be a race between Toyota and Chevy with these new cars, because Toyota had a new car last year and they dominated. Chevy's going to get the new Camaro this year, and Ford is going to be left in the dust. Like, Ford is going to build a new car. I'm pretty sure they'll have a new car next year because they're going to be left in the dust. They were left in the dust last year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's been a few years.
Keselowski complained about it. Keselowski complained about it all the time, about how dominant Toyota's was, and there was no question about it. Like, you could see it. You just watch the race. Toyota is dominating, and Chevy is going to be right there with them. It might take a little bit, but they're going to be there. And I'm excited because I don't necessarily like it's just easy to just plug Truex in every week or Kyle Busch. You plug them both in and just punt everywhere else. They're just gonna be towards the top every race, which is no fun.
So it's kind of the opposite of like NBA, where you want to root your lineup with 3 value players and then try to put your bigs in over top of it. You're trying to do it backwards. You want to put your bigs in first and then play your punts all over the place with your multiple lineups. Then, right?
Yeah, I mean every track is gonna different, and the biggest thing is qualifying. Like, that's how you build your lineups off of qualifying, where these guys are going to start, and practice. You watch practice. Like I said it a couple of times last year, so like towards the end of the NASCAR season last year. It's easy because it's easy to find out who the fast cars is, who the slow cars is, because you just watch practice. There's no coaches to mess you like. There's no coaches to screw me. There's no coaches in his. It's a guy in a car behind a wheel on the track. That's what it is. There's no coaches. The crew chief might mess up or the pit crew might mess up, but you just mark that up as variance and move on. It's going to happen.
Just a man and his spotter.
Even if the pit crew messes up, he can still get back to the top. He can still get back to the lead if he's in a fast car.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've seen drivers come from 2, 3, 4 laps down before and get back in and still finish top 10.
Yeah, because you got the lucky dog position. Like you get to gain, like whenever there's a caution, you get to get a lap back, and then you can get all your laps back, and then you can move right to the top.
So what are your thoughts like as far as how they run with this new? It's only been a year now with the new setup with the stage racing. You think that has any effect on how they race with the competition cautions and all that kind of stuff in it?
Yes, because it has to. Because Martin Truex, he won almost every stage last year. Like,
insane.
Dude, it was amazing.
Insane.
It was amazing. Yeah. And that just set him up to just cruise. He cruised to the championship pretty much. I mean, it was really between him and Kyle, in my opinion. Yeah. He just cruised because you get bonus points for every stage you win. So the rest of the team is going to be like, well, damn, he was so far ahead of us that it was pretty much over. Like, we didn't have a chance because he won in every single stage. So I do expect teams to be much more aggressive to get that stage win.
Oh, yeah.
As they was last year. Because Truex, he just came out of nowhere all the time. Like, he'd be just running in 10th, and then 5 laps to go before the stage end. Oh, what? Truex is in 4th. 3 laps to go before the stage. Truex is in 1st, winning every single stage.
And I think that's exactly what NASCAR was going for amazing. Too. I think that's what they wanted to do, is try to drive the race instead of just being a long, drawn-out race. You get these little races inside of races, and I think it makes it much more exciting to watch too. So I wonder if they're going to ever incorporate that into DFS at all.
There's another thing that I had in my notes that I just remember when you said that. They have a new splitter on the car, and it's every single car has the same splitter now. There's no difference between makes of cars, Chevy, Toyota, Ford. It's going to be a splitter for everybody, and it's going to eliminate some downforce. So with eliminating downforce, it's going to make the guys actually have to drive now.
That's good.
Like, they're going to have to actually drive the car more, and it's going to make for more passing too. So it's going to be more passing, so it's going to be funner to watch.
More passes, more wrecks.
And that's something NASCAR did. It's going to be better, I think, because it just takes a little bit of downforce off that car. Downforce just helps you just go around the track without even really driving.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? How the bankment is, they just get to just go around, and now they're going to have to drive that thing. And you know who that sets up for? The best drivers out there. Kyle Larson is one of them. I love Kyle Larson to death.
No, you absolutely can't sleep behind the wheel and expect to win races in a car you got to drive. That's for sure. So I guess NASCAR's giving us a little kind of caveat to the 500 next weekend. You got the Clash this weekend. Only 17 drivers are in it. I guess we're going to be offering free YouTube and Facebook Live next Saturday night. It's a free live stream specifically for the Clash NASCAR event to kick off the season. So you can get free access to the articles and the webcast. And then premium members will get access to the premium chat as well. So, Cash, give me a little bit of your thoughts on the Clash this weekend.
Well, it's not like a real race. There's 17 cars out there, like you said. So but what I will say is make more lineups. Don't just make one lineup. I already max entered the $220. I mean, the 220 entry max. I think it's a $3 and a $1. I max entered both of them. I'm not going to max enter the 150 where I got to go against 150 lineups. I'm going to go put my 20 against anybody else's 20, and we're going to do it. But it's 17 cars, so they're at Daytona. They could have one big wreck. They could literally, because at super speedways, Daytona, Talladega, all the cars are bunched together. They don't really get separated too much. And when they do, it's separated in packs. Like, there'll be a pack of 10. There'll be a pack of 15. You know what I'm saying? At other tracks, they all get spread out. But at super speedways, that's why they have the big wrecks. It's called the big one. it could be one wreck could take out 20 cars. Literally, it could take out more, but there could be one wreck in this race, and it could take out 10 plus cars, and there's only 17 on the track. So
last man
it's
standing.
not gonna be. It's not gonna be no normal. It's not no normal thing. So I wouldn't go heavy if I was y'all. Like I wouldn't go big, but we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that money.
We'll get ready for Daytona, man. That's when we're gonna start having to go big. So, like I said again, next Saturday night we're gonna have the free YouTube and Facebook Live event. So tune in. You can get the information on the actual broadcast times right on wisetake.com. Or you can find us on Twitter at WiseTake, _take.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'll have my normal content, but I will have an article, and maybe I might try to do some rankings, but it's not going to be like normal. But yeah, there'll be some stuff on the website too that is going to be free. The only thing that's not free is the chat.
Okay. That's one of the big pluses of being a member, my friend. So you guys got to join. So, Cash, anything else you think we should add to the show? What other things should our members and people tuning in be looking for?
What they should be looking for is if they sign up, they're gonna make money.
Absolutely,
that's what they should be looking for. They should be looking for green.
All right, everybody. So just so you guys know, Wise Take Nation, time is running out. You guys definitely got to get in here, get your NASCAR DFS Early Owl Special in time for the 500. The NASCAR Premium Package includes our streams, articles, and the Wise Take Premium Chat all season long. If that's February till November. So normally we're going to offer the package at $149.99. But if you can use our early season promo code Early Owl NASCAR with no spaces and get it for $99.99, best value in the business, my friends. If you look at it, that's like $5 a race. And for the information and the stuff you're gonna get from us, man, you'll be making 10 times that when you play. So, Cash, like, what are your closing thoughts, man? What are you looking forward to with this season?
Well, I'm looking forward to how much ROI I'm gonna get. But what I have to say is, Sacramento, you kill me. Dame was going to go for at least 80 today if they kept this game close. That's all I'm worried about. I want my money. And I could have got my 80 at 8%. Oh, my God. He didn't get to touch the court in the fourth.
Not at all,
I moved up a little bit because LeBron had got an extra 6.
1.5.
I moved up a couple spots. Yeah. It sucks, man. He got 67 in 3/4. Again, like CJ McCollum a couple weeks ago. He got 50 real life points through 3/4 and didn't get to touch the court in the fourth.
Terrible.
And that's exactly what Dame just did.
That's the coaches for you, man. Let the man play. Let him put up those huge record numbers.
Yeah, he could have went for 65 at least.
Oh, for sure. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching us on YouTube, please click the thumbs up, that like button, and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on Podbean, give us a follow. If you're listening on iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. It really helps us out. And of course, if you're watching on Facebook, please like and share to support our Wise Take Nation. Thank you guys so much. It's your boy, Tommy SB, and your man, CashinDFS. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.